Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
good.
So, I don't think I've talked to you before, but hello, I'm Liam.
Hi, I am Go Routine, part of Not Bots, just not playing.
Ah, okay, cool. Um,
Yeah.
are you not playing at all tonight? Are you possibly going to play game five if it goes to a game five?
I don't think I'm playing because I am at home right now because my internship ended. So yeah, it's like 11 p.m. I'm on the East Coast now,
Gotcha.
so yeah.
Cool. So which games did you play in on Thursday?
All of them.
All of them. Okay,
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
cool. Um, so I'm curious then, what's the role distribution going to look like then? Because you played AD carry in pretty much all of the games.
Yeah.
So
I played 80 for every single game. So this time, I think what they were saying is Kazooie, I believe, is filling as AD.
okay.
I haven't, so I'm not like at Google anymore, so I don't have access to the internal chat. So I don't actually know what strats or plans that Vance made up. So I'm actually very excited to see what he cooked up because Vance always comes up with pretty good strategies.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see it as well. I mean, most of the roles seem pretty rigid, right? We're definitely going to have Pacific Time top. Scanlong is going to be jungle, Vanguard mid, and then
Hmm.
Yarius pretty much only plays support. So if he's playing, he's going to be playing support. But I guess he has to play, right? Because you guys will only have
Yeah,
you only
yeah.
have five without you. So I guess that does leave
Hmm.
Kazooie as AD carry. That makes sense. And also,
Yeah,
even you can see the player order is LCS correct as Vance
yeah.
always mandates. So um,
Yep. I always find that I find it kind of annoying because I don't own that many champions.
mhm.
I own 68 champions, none of which are mid laners. So sometimes when it gets to me when I have to pick, I always have to proxy pick
Yeah,
because I don't own
it is pretty nice
okay.
having it in like the order that you expect, especially if you watch LCS frequently. But I do agree, it's
Yeah.
kind of a pain if you have to do proxy picks and so on. Um, but from a spectator perspective, it's pretty nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at Kazooie right now. He's played a bunch of Jinx in the last few days. Mostly Jinx, actually. Jin, a little bit of
Ooh.
Misfortune, one Quinn game, which was not super successful. If I was Heart
I
of Gold, I would probably
see.
just ban the Jinx because Kazooie doesn't really play AD carry, and the only one he's really been practicing, or the one he's been practicing the most, has been Jinx. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So I never picked up Jinx, and I probably should have because she was a really strong pick. But we ended up banning it. I think every game last like on Thursday. So
Interesting. So that was banned against Shooks
or
then?
no, no, not Thursday. During semis, we banned it against Tasia every game.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, Tashe's
Yeah.
he's a really strong player, so I do not blame you for wanting to ban that. That was an interesting
Hmm.
series to watch. A lot of interesting picks there. Busting out
Yeah.
the Yasuo when the other things were banned was pretty interesting to see.
Hmm.
I think this will be an interesting finale here. I saw some of the games on Thursday. I didn't watch the full replay. I missed game one actually, but
Hmm.
there's definitely a different distribution of like power and strength across the teams. I feel like your team,
Hmm.
Notbots, had really strong jungle and mid, and then pretty solid like everything else. And then oh, looks like we're going into champ select here.
Ooh, we're entering champ select. All right.
So I would sort of expect to see Zetia bans. Yeah, there's the Tryndamere as you would expect.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna expect Garen
Yeah,
next,
Tryndamere, Garen, and
and
probably
most.
Darius or something.
Yeah,
Although,
I saw some discussion of a first pick Trundle.
I mean that makes sense. Trundle's super
Fear
strong.
the
Scanlan
first of
plays
many
him.
foes.
I mean, even if someone
Yeah.
doesn't play Trundle, he's super easy to play anyway. But
Mhm.
he's really strong. Yeah, these are reasonable bans as well. Zoe and Aurelion Soul. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Twisted
Yeah.
Fate ban or something like that. Shutting down
I
Vance's
think.
roaming is pretty effective.
Ooh, interesting. They ended up banning Ari. Yeah. Vance was saying how their mid laner was like a Ari one trick or
Yeah,
something,
he only
and they
plays
discussed banning
he
it.
only plays Anivia and Ari basically, and if he plays Ari, then it's harder to punish the early game. If it's Anivia, you can
Hmm.
just camp that lane. So there is actually the Trundle ban. So I'm curious to see what the first pick will be. I would maybe
Interesting.
expect
Ooh,
Olaf.
Olaf.
Yeah, Scanlon has played Olaf as well with good success.
Hmm. I'm expecting a Corki pick
Yeah,
here, because Shux
Shooks.
has played Corki every single game.
Yeah, when it's up, he mostly just plays that. He's good on Corki. You can't deny that. It's always exciting
I will
seeing. Oh,
say,
go ahead.
yeah, when I playing against him last week, I was super surprised at the early to mid game damage that Corki had. It like completely took me off guard. It was just
It's pretty
disgusting.
bonkers. So there's a Gragas pick coming in. Yeah, Ben Shadows played that. I remember he played that when we played you guys actually. Um,
Mm.
I think it's an okay pick. I don't think it's that strong. It's a good competitive pick, but I don't know. For the Rumble meta has its own little meta. It doesn't seem too great. Pretty fast picks there
Hmm.
actually. The Alistar and the Cho'Gath. Uh,
Huh.
Pacific Time, I know
Yeah,
he
Alice.
plays Cho'Gath quite a bit, and Yarius, he's good at Alistar. He's good at basically any sport.
Yeah,
So, and there's the Anivia.
Alistar's been a staple. Alistar's been a staple, not bots pick for practically the entire time.
Yeah, I wouldn't usually associate Yarius with being like a big playmaker, but on champions like Alistar, he definitely can do that. And there's the Misfortune ban. It would not surprise me to see a Jinx ban as well. I mean, if you just look at Kazui's most recent games, he's played Jinx and Misfortune. Those are the ADs he's been practicing. I wonder if we'll see more Zatia bans. Oh, Corki ban.
Ooh, where's the Corki ban?
Oriana. That's interesting. I wouldn't be too scared of Vance playing Oriana. I wonder if they're gonna pick something that Oriana is strong against or something, and they just don't want it, or what the deal is with that. Maybe they're just trying to go completely anti-Wombo combo here.
Yeah, we had some discussion of running a Malphite Oriana, but we decided against it.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. So there's the Darius ban trying to shut down Zetia. I think he's the sort of the carry player that uh was
Yeah,
on
definitely.
Heart of Gold. Although they're just gonna pick the Mundo. That's pretty interesting. Okay, okay, no, they'll get Jinx. That's what I expected. Ban in the MF, they'll take the Jinx. It's gonna be one of those two regardless.
This might be an Ashe pickup.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
I
what they'll
feel
play.
like they might run Ashe Alistar, because that's what we ran for most of the games. We ran that every game during semis, and it worked really well.
Jin,
Jin.
yeah, Kazooie, he has one game on Jin and one game on Quinn. So outside of Jinx and MF, he's played that. He had an okay Jin game. Wasn't necessarily hard carrying from the looks of it, but a decent game. Victor makes sense. I know Vance likes to play Victor. I think it's going to be interesting, though. I think that Not Bots had a lot of power from Vance roaming the map, and Victor's not really a champion that can do that. The Mundo pick,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm kind of curious to see this. Zetia is a really strong player. I usually associate him with playing carries, not necessarily Mundo, but Mundo is a pretty disgusting champion right now.
Mundo is a dumb champion.
Yeah, kind of looking at the draft right here, I do think that Not Bots has a slightly better comp overall. They have strong early game just through Olaf, who's really powerful, and Jin is kind of strong in lane. And Cho'Gath it's hard to have kill pressure on Cho'Gath, so I think that they'll be able to make it late. But then on the other hand, there's a lot of sort of pick potential and just team fighting power on Heart of Gold. So I'll be curious to see
Yeah,
how it plays out. I think the first few minutes of this game actually will be pretty telling.
I think so. Morgana Jinx is a. I think bot lane will be pushing towards. Yeah, double ranged. So they'll be pushing towards not bots. We'll actually see because Morgana's a decent pick into Alistar because of Black Shield, and Jinx has a lot more. I guess like in a skirmish, she has a lot more DPS just because she can attack a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think I definitely give the bot lane advantage to Heart of Gold here, just simply because Kazui's, filling, and
Mm-hmm.
the two champions that he practiced were banned and picked. So
Or banned out, yeah.
I do think though that if bot lane is able to play safe or just wait for Scanlon to show up, that if they get a little bit ahead, they can maybe snowball that a bit. I definitely I'm really curious to see the top lane matchup though. The Mundo is just a strong pick in general, especially when there is AP threats. So into Cho and Victor, I think it's a pretty good pick. And Jin doesn't really do consistent DPS, so he's not really going to be shredding Mundo. So I think if the game goes late enough, actually, that Heart of Gold is just going to roll over, not bots here. Although I'm hoping that's not the case. I always like seeing game fives.
Yeah. I think Mundo just as a pick overall is just a big ticking time bomb because at some point he just becomes like basically just like a permanently ulted Nessus where you just have to devote everyone to kill him.
Yeah. I mean,
and
go ahead.
I think in the case of for not bots right now, they don't like Ashe. I feel like would have been a much better pick, especially since like Shooks accidentally hovered the Mundo during champ select. So because Ashe, her build is Bork Hurricane most of the time, she has a lot better shred for the Mundo. But Jin, because of his like mechanic where his attack speed stays the same throughout the game, like he doesn't have the shred for the Mundo, and I feel like for not bots, the win condition right now is just to kind of smash them before 15 minutes and kind of just roll over the game before it gets to 30.
Yeah, I think if the game goes into late game and not bots hasn't already snowballed, then I think that Heart of Gold is just gonna win straight up. They just have, I mean, Anivia is not great early, but very good late. Same thing with Mundo. And Jinx is just a crazy late game carry. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're now loading into the game, so let's see how. I'm curious to see if any level 1 shenanigans happen, particularly on the side of Heart of Gold. They have a very strong level 1. Mundo and Morgana are pretty powerful for invading, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of the early game is going to depend on how Scanlon moves through the map, because he has to give an advantage to at least one lane in order for them to pull off the win before 30 win condition.
I do think that the jungle matchup is actually one of the most imbalanced matchups. Not in terms of champions, but the players. Scanlon is one of the strongest junglers in the tournament, and he's on an early game jungler. Gragas is quite weak early, and Scanlon also likes early invades and cheesing and so on. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him maybe just go red buff to enemy red buff or something like that. Go for a cheeky first blood, or even just go for a level 2 gank mid. I feel like the strategy here is Vance likes to command a lot of resources to his lane. Maybe go for early gank in mid and then try to roam and get extra stuff off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the runes, there's nothing really surprising. Looks like pretty pretty standard runes as well. Standard summoners, everything's pretty normal across the board. No weird rumble cheese strats going on here. All right, we are now in game.
All right, I have the spectating thing open on my computer as well, so
I will say right now, Heart of Gold has the skintimidation advantage. They have 3 skins to the 2 on not bots, so already
I see.
a little bit of early game advantage going to Heart of Gold here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like both
And
teams just going for a defensive start here, not really trying to invade, just looking at all the entrances here. I think that
hello, who is nothing to do? Someone just joined into the peanut gallery.
he's just, I guess, hanging out here. That's another person.
Hey, hello.
So
Yeah, and Yarius doesn't seem to be rolling the is it that skin? The cowbell skin? He doesn't have the extra intimidation for the taunt.
yeah, actually, that's not the default Anivia skin, right? They didn't like do an
No,
update
that
on
is
her or
Black
something.
Frost.
Okay, that's what I figured. So
No, that is Black Frost.
so the advantage is even stronger than I thought. It's 4-2. The skintimidation factor is pretty strong.
Well, the intimidation factor is even bot lane, so
That's
let's see
true.
what happens there. Alright, so it looks like Taylor is starting blue, maybe going for a level 2 gank on mid is what I would kind of expect from Notbots.
It's kind of weird though, starting with blue for that. He's gonna go right over to Gromp. We might see a level 2 gank from
okay.
Gragas though. He
Oh, he looks like he's roaming down, or is he just going
grabbed
to
red.
scuttle?
Oh, he's just waiting for the scuttle. Okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of risky. If Olaf had come up, I think the Gragas would be in quite a bit of trouble. The early game power of Gragas is he just doesn't have it.
Morgana seemed to, she tried to time a bind right as the minion died, but instead killed the minion with her bind.
The support lane taxing going on. Here's an early gank onto Pacific time here. Ben Shadows shows up.
Oh man.
He's just
Looks
dead.
like he's just gonna go down, yeah. Didn't use any summoners because he knew he was gonna die there.
Yeah, pretty smart to just hold the summoner there. I mean, he was dead, like, no matter what. So First Blood going over to...
Ooh, TP going back. This might... Well, he held his flash, so looks like Band Shadows is going to do the repeat gank.
Yeah, and
but-
there's no ward here.
Yeah, his flash is still up.
Is this going to be a flash body slam?
Alright.
Oh, nope. He
Nope,
should
just
be
a
able to
body
just walk
slam.
out of this one, though, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's close enough to his tower. Plus, he has a level advantage. Band Shadows seem to have stolen XP from Zedia.
So,
So
First Blood did go over
actu-
to ban Shadows, but yeah, there is an EXP advantage. However, this lane is pushing up. If I was the Gragas, I would maybe just go for a cheeky
yeah, I would just
repeat
go
gank.
back. Maybe do a triple repeat gank. Oh no,
He's
looks
gonna-
like he's pinging mid lane, but it gets
Yep.
warded out, so Vance will have warning of it.
I don't think he walked over a ward, though, unless
Oh,
the
no, he
river
did
ward
not.
saw him. Yep, he's going to go in here, and... Nope,
He's gonna
nothing.
go in here, and Band Shadows takes 2 tower shots for free, plus a victor key.
Meanwhile, we have Olaf just stealing the entire blue side jungle, dropping a ward on wolves, too. Bot lane,
Oh,
the Morgana
bot
gets
lane
rooted up.
skirmish happening. Alright, looks like the Black Shield is pretty effective at stopping the Alistar CC.
and
the
Gragas is
bind
just
did
dead.
hit the Jhin.
Yeah,
And yep,
If you-
there's the early game Olaf power.
if you rewind just a little
Picking up
bit,
a
I mean,
kill.
it was Olaf clears out the blue side, drops a ward, so he knew the Gragas was coming, and just cheeses him. It's
Yep, that's a pretty standard Taylor move.
Yep. it's the kind of thing that I would definitely expect from him. In the top lane,
Alright, looks
Pacific
like-
Time's really beating on Zetia, but he's almost out of mana, so that's not really gonna keep up for long.
Mhm. How How do you actually keep the scoreboard open?
You press O.
Press O. Thank you. I rarely use spectator mode. Oh, looks like Taylor is ganking bot.
Yep.
Or he's waiting in the wings. Oh, there's the Alistar engage.
So they get the
Black
Morgana
Shield
flash.
stops the Jhin root.
Morgana flash, not much else, but that is pretty strong.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty strong.
once Morgana hits 6, there's just significantly less kill pressure bot lane for Heart of Gold.
As expected, Vance is bullying the Anivia into her tower.
Yep.
Looks like bot lane can set up a freeze on blue side. This Morgana is pretty low, and she just used her bind. So...
Vance just dropped his ult mid. I assume he's just clearing the wave, and then he's probably going to back.
yeah.
He's got a 13 CS advantage pretty early, so that's you know, he's got to feel pretty good about that.
That's pretty good. And Ban Shadows just runs into
Oh,
Taylor
no.
while trying to counter a
And he has
jungle,
no flash
and
from the
looks like he
earlier
just-
gank. He might be able to
has
blast
no
Cone out.
flash,
I think
and
he's
he's
out,
just-
actually. That was really
Oh,
close.
yeah, and then he's out.
I think Taylor threw his axe just a little too far, so he had to walk a little bit, you know, further to actually get
Farther to
the
pick it up,
reset.
yeah.
I guess I missed this, but now Zetia has the EXP advantage. He's level 6 before Pacific time is. It's probably not going to stay that way for long.
Yeah,
But
the size of that wave is probably why.
yeah, exactly.
He seems to have hard pushed the wave.
Right now I'm looking at vision on the map, and it's pretty sparse. We got a ward from each team on the not bots red buff, one ward in the river bot side, one ward in the river top side, and then a pink in the river top side. It's you know, for 7 minutes into the game, there's not really a lot of wards. Taylor did just drop a pink ward on the you know, bot pixel brush, but people are being pretty stingy about their wards. Only the only a couple of pink wards in everyone's inventory combined.
Yeah. Well, most of the laners have only backed a single time, so... and all the trinket wards have
Wow,
expired.
Gavin might be killing Vance here. Yep. Wow, that is a very
Oh,
nice solo kill.
Wow. And Vance used both summoners.
Used both
to
summers.
get,
He did not respect the Anivia there. He just walked up, and Gavin was just able to drop his ults and then, you know, throw icicles at him. Had a nice stun on him afterwards and just flash ignite.
Alright, let me rewind and see what actually happened here. Because, Vance starts pushing the wave up. He thinks he has the advantage because of the minion wave,
Yeah.
but...
It is a large
Oh,
minion
I
wave.
see. So he gets walled in, and Anivia would... Like, Anivia likes to, ult the wave for wave clear, because that's her primary way of clearing the wave. But Vance got stuck in it, and I guess Gavin just took advantage of that and walled it in, so...
Interesting decision from Vance there. He just, like, kept walking forward as if he wanted to continue fighting that, but... Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, as
I
you
guess
pointed
he
out,
was
he
trying
he
to,
took a lot of damage
intimidate.
from that, just the ult there.
Oh, looks like Yari has failed the flash headbutt pulverize.
Yep, I think they're still going to kill the Morgana here, though.
Alright,
no
the
flash
heal
from
goes
earlier.
out, and Morgana goes
Oh, they're
out.
going to die of the Jinx here as well. Ooh,
Is
Scanlon, he's going to go
yeah,
down.
Scanlon will go down for a trait kill, looks like.
So that was one kill on the Olaf and the Jhin for a shutdown and kill on the Jinx. That's probably worth it in the end, but you know, that kind of skews things a little bit in favor of Heart of Gold's bot lane. Although there's a 20 CS advantage for not bots as well, so maybe not too bad. And they're going to deny a pretty big wave there as well, so pretty nice gank timing there from Taylor. Yaris is invading, trying to get some vision up here. Maybe gonna go for a kill on Gavin here. Scanlon's coming
Gavin
around
did
too,
just use his stun, so
and he doesn't have his
Yeah.
flash. Yep, he's an egg. He is
does
gonna
not
be
have his
dead.
flash.
And they'll give it over to
And
Vance.
there
Good
is the
decision.
kill mid, and are they going to get the mid tower? No, it looks like they're rotating down.
They're probably just gonna
to
go for Dragon
clear
here, I
vision.
imagine.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume they're gonna clear the vision, wait a bit, and start the dragon. Yep, that's gonna happen.
Hush.
Interesting. They do not have bot priority, but they have enough people down here that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think.
And they do have a CS advantage, so they can afford to miss out on this wave and still be ahead.
Heart of Gold is probably just saying, yeah, we know you're taking the dragon. There's nothing we can really do about that. Let's just get the CS that we can. And they're not even really going to deny much CS. There's one melee creep.
Two,
yeah.
probably. Yeah, two. Oh, no, he does actually get that with that auto attack.
You know, in this top lane, though, Zetia just finished his Spirit Visage, and he has a 30 CS advantage on Pacific Time.
Very sizable.
Oh, bot lane, they're going in again. Yaris is going in, and Scanlan's still down there. Wow.
Misses the, whatchamacallit, the Jhin snare. But doesn't really matter. Morgana uses her stopwatch. Kinda wasted at this point. She was gonna die either way.
Yeah, I don't think it was really worth using the stopwatch there. You could maybe make the argument that, hey, it keeps them there longer so they don't just go on the Jinx, but I think the Jinx would have been out anyway.
I think she had enough distance to get out of there.
It looks like...
And I think that is First Blood Tower going over to not bots.
And the solo gold goes to Kazooie.
Yeah, they give the solo gold to Jhin, yeah. It's looking pretty good.
It's a duel going in on the top side.
Bot lane.
Just the, you know, tanks slapping their pool noodles at each other.
I think Zetia has much harder pool noodles than Pacific Time does.
Going for, wow, a deep dive here on Gavin, but not much he can do here. He's just dead.
Yeah.
Ban Shadows comes in, but he's too late. Now he's gonna maybe die too.
Yeah, he's forced to flash away. Dead. Probably going to die to Victoral, yeah. All right, so this is the early win condition that we were talking about for not bots. The early roams and skirmishes that got them ahead because of the early game power of the Olaf.
Yeah, I think Scanlan's done a really good job here. He has 100% kill participation, but his pathing has been pretty clever, right? He saw the Gragas top early, just invaded that entire bot side, got a cheeky kill there. He was playing around bot side, was able to get a couple of kills there, the early flash from the Morgana, and then that really deep mid dive there, just able to really just get those kills. Really good early control from Scanlan here, which is exactly what
I would also like to point out that even with the much larger number of ganks that Scanlan has been doing, he is still up in CS versus this Gragas.
Yeah, that's a good point. Feels pretty bad if you're not as effective on the map overall and you're also behind in farm.
Yeah.
It's also interesting build from Ban Shadows here. He's gone for the Cinder Hulk. I think he's basically saying, you know what, my early game was not good. I can't be the early power that Gragas has, so I'm just gonna play for late. Goes with Cinder Hulk. Here we might have a 3-man gank top. Scanlan's using his Predator and running in there. I think Zetia cannot make it out of this. I think he's just going to go down. He's going to get chomped by Cho'Gath for sure. Or just killed by... just smacked to death with those meat cleavers.
And yeah, there you go. I was a little worried there because Pacific Time was basically out of mana, but he didn't go in until both Vance and... Taylor showed up at the same time, so...
Gavin gets rooted up by the Jhin here.
Ooh.
I think he's just gonna die again. I don't know if he has his... does he have his egg? He does have his egg. I think he's still gonna go down anyway.
He does have his egg, but he is immobile, so the Jhin ult will be able to secure that.
Oh, that was a really nice cask by Ban Shadows to get the kill on the Alistar, but it does not matter in the end.
Yeah, but the trade kill goes over back again to Jhin with a double kill. Vanguard might die here from the Morgana stun. Yeah.
Wow, really nice teleport and aggressive flash from Blackwing here. They actually managed to get a couple of kills in return. So it ends up being a 3-for-2 in the end in favor of Heart of Gold.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of botched the dive. I think they could have just pulled back after they killed Anivia and retreated just down the lane rather than trying to go towards the Gragas.
It's also worth looking at the summoners there as well. I mean, we had Olaf and Alistar and Victor all flash in there. And now Heart of Gold's able to just push mid as a result. Although Olaf and the Alistar show up, so not quite.
Alright, the tower stays alive. The towers have evened up again after Jhin took bot tower. Or not Jhin, Jinx.
You know, if I was not bots, I would actually be kind of concerned right now. They are 1,500 gold up, but that mid play I think actually worked against them, and they're the team that wants to be crushing early.
Yeah, 1500 is not an insurmountable gold lead by any means, and I think much of the how do you see the like gold in the score?
Oh, press X.
X. Let's see. So yeah, 1500. Zetia is actually up 1500 gold on this Cho'Gath.
Yeah, the gold advantages on the side of not bots are Olaf's up 1,000, Victor's up 900, and Jin's up 800 or so.
Yeah.
The one that matters the least to me though is the Olaf. Olaf falls off super hard late. You know, all he really contributes in late game team fights is slowing people as you run away or run towards them. Whereas Gragas can still, you know, make some good plays with his ult and his body slam. Oh, we have Zetia going in on a 1v2 here. This is the power of the moon of just running them down. Vance Shadows flops his body slam and throws his cask, saving Vance and and Kazooie. I think if that was executed a little bit better, that was, you know, a free 2 kills, but
yeah,
unfortunate misplay there. We have Scanlon trying to farm up this mid lane and, you know, protect that turret, but I don't think he can really continue doing that. He's going to have to ult to get out of this one. The wall will make him take a little bit more damage still, but, you know, that feels bad having to use your ult defensively as Olaf.
Alright, bot lane has rotated up to top lane, and looks like this Jhin cannot actually fight this window.
Yeah, I think the positioning by the Jhin here is pretty ambitious.
Like, Alistar is very far away. Like, if he will lose half his health before Alistar gets there to save him.
Oops, I've left the gold stuff showing for a while. I haven't been able to look at builds. Looks like the Rift Herald will be summoned in the mid lane. A charge is not gonna quite take down that turret. Nice wall to stop the Rift Herald. I don't think they're gonna quite finish it before. It's still gonna get the charge off.
I like the Rift Herald bugging out on the Anivia wall.
Yeah,
it was quite interesting interaction.
Zetia gets stunned out under his own turret. They're maybe gonna
wait, but Kazooie takes tower aggro, takes 2 tower shots and a meat cleaver.
I think this turret's actually safe. One more auto when it's down, but
yeah,
Taylor's up here just gonna go boop it, bonk, and now just run it down. And Zetia's already used his ult. Now he's rooted up. I think he's just gonna go down here. Really nice play by not bots. The exception being the turret tanking
like
by
they're getting dragon.
Yeah, in response, Heart of Gold
like,
is gonna get that, but not bots is just continuing to push in the top side.
The mid-outer tower is also pretty low for both sides here. And is this going to be a TSM style lose the game because they don't back to stop the push?
I think it's more like we have FlyQuest smurfing in the Rumble playing as not bots, and they're just gonna base race no matter what.
Alright, looks like Scanlon is coming in.
He's taking a ton of turret shots, and he used his ult top lane, so he's not really going to be able to do anything here.
Wait.
That's a...
Yeah, he's forced to use Flash and gets booped back in with the Gragas ult. That was a questionable pathing by Taylor.
Yeah, that was super aggressive and not well executed. Have to wonder what he was thinking there, but...
Yeah, because Vance did not move up at all. And I think what he was hoping was that Vance would go up to try to pressure the Anivia out so they could hit the tower, but I don't know what happened there. Because Vance is out of mana, and it doesn't look like he would have been able to help in either case, unless his autos somehow do 2000 damage.
Yeah, possible miscommunication there, I'm not really sure. I do have to say, I do like Notbot's map play. You know, they gave up a dragon there, that's fine. They were able to get 2 turrets in the top lane for it, and I think that's what they really want here. You know, the gold advantage is now 2,500, which, you know, it still doesn't mean too much as we get later into the game, but getting more gold in their pockets, I think, is really what matters. I think that's still the NotBots, you know, win condition is try to snowball stuff. I'm hoping that they can go for a more aggressive play, maybe just force this mid turret down. Once they get that down, they really open up the map quite a bit. We have Yarius positioned behind here, but he might get cut out. Did the Morgana not see him?
I don't know.
I think he maybe saw him and just said, nope, don't want to mess with that. But yeah, here we do have NotBots just shoving that mid turret. I think this is exactly what they need to be doing. Pacific Time goes in, knocks up the entire, well, not the entire, but most of the Heart of Gold team with his Rupture, and they're able to just take that turret cleanly. So all of the outer turrets taken now by NotBots. Really gives them a lot of map control.
Very large wave pushing in bot lane. Eventually someone will go have to clear that and get 500 gold.
Here we have Zetsia just trying to run down the Jhin here. Yarius is going to come in. He doesn't have the Ignite.
This is some interesting window play right here.
Zetsia goes super aggressive. Even the
wow, Zetsia is extremely just going in.
He does not care. He's Mundo. Wow, he's gonna go where he pleases. Nice wall by Gavin there, but you know they do end up losing.
Jinx
Gragas
rocket takes down Scanlong and brings Kazooie to a point where he can't enter the fight.
Zetsia with the aggressive flash. Holy moly!
Oh wow, that Mundo is literally just not unstoppable right now.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse as the game goes on. It was a pretty ambitious play from the beginning there, but you know, it worked out in Heart of Gold's favor. We have Jinx just down here to take this turret, pretty much uncontested. Vance is still out there. He's maybe trying to save this mid turret still. He's got double buffs.
His ult is down though.
Looking at the builds right now, we do have Jhin with, you know, he's got his Storm Razor and the Rapid Fire Cannon. Jinx has just the Storm Razor and a Zeal, but backing now. Probably going to pick up how much gold? Jinx has 2,200 gold. Definitely going to grab a full Zeal item. So actually, going to be pretty even as far as that goes.
Yeah, the 30 CS discrepancy that, or 20, I can't do math. 20 CS discrepancy that built up over, I guess, Kazooie's inexperience of playing ADC, where you still have to go to the side lanes to farm to keep your CS up. And I guess he just grouped up with the team and didn't get any farm. I've noticed that whenever NotBots tends to, when they group up, Vance tends to take all the farm.
Yep.
So that may be why.
I think the next big thing that's going to happen is this Infernal Drake spawning in a minute and a half. We have both top laners returning to top lane. They're going to, you know, call each other bad names, but not really do much else. Someone will push it out, roam down. They both have teleport as well if they need to join a fight. Heart of Gold should really be just trying to force this mid turret. I feel they're at a huge vision disadvantage by not being able to push up as aggressively. We do see Heart of Gold clearing out vision around Baron. I wonder if they're maybe just going to go for a Baron rush when NotBots goes for this Infernal Drake.
That is definitely something NotBots has done to other teams in the past.
Nice wall from Gavin actually forces out the Ragnarok from Scanlan again, so he's going to be without that for a little while, so they are able to just take this mid turret. Nice play by Heart of Gold.
Yeah. It will not be up when Infernal respawns, so it looks like they're just going to rotate down to the Drake.
Yeah, it is.
Zetsia zoning them off with Unkillable Mundo.
You know, if I was NotBots right now, I would probably be trying to just, you know, maybe 15 seconds ago, go and clear out the Baron vision and make Heart of Gold scared about a Baron rush. NotBots is not going to have the fastest Baron in the world, but they do have a very secure Baron with the Cho'Gath. You know, if they were there while Heart of Gold was trying to set up for Infernal, they'd be able to get that.
Shoving top in. They might lose their inhib turret if they don't send anyone to answer.
Yeah, they will definitely be losing their inhib turret here. It was already pretty low from the first
Morgana's
push.
down to 400 HP. The Jhin ult comes out, not gonna be able to find the Morgana.
Jinx
but
lands a zap on the
zones them
Alistar. Zetia's going in
Yeah,
there.
they are preventing them from backing. Morgana will back. No, Morgana cancels her back, and
They cancel the back. They say, we're going to team fight. We're going to kill you guys.
Cho'Gath is just gonna get the inhibitor, but
Cho'Gath's going to get the
they
inhibitor,
lose
but
2 people off that.
Heart of Gold should just be rushing Baron here. Shooks goes up with
2 people for an inhibitor.
Heart of Gold is going to have to get... They're going to have to get something else off of this to make it worthwhile.
The Jhin pops the Anivia egg with his 4th shot. Scanlong is in very dangerous territory right now. His Ragnarok is up, but I don't think he can survive Jinx, Anivia, and Mundo.
Yeah, I actually liked the initial play there from Heart of Gold. You know, even just giving up the inhibitor is fine if they're able to, you know, chase them down and get more kills and maybe even just force the Baron. But, you know, they got those 2 kills on the Dragon and then just didn't really do anything. So,
Yeah.
not bots. Nice play there. They just get the inhibitor for free.
Yeah, Gavin was not able to force Olaf to use his Ragnarok this time because he did not hit his stun after he walled him in. And this Cho'Gath is slowly but surely farming his way back up to even CS. He's only 20 CS down now, rather than 30.
Scanlon goes for a pretty aggressive invade there for some vision. He doesn't have to burn his ult or anything. He has some backup from Vance and Yarius, so that's pretty good. But that could have gone poorly if Heart of Gold responded a little bit more quickly.
And I see the same setup sort of happening again, where Heart of Gold is grouping around an objective. The rest of not bots is there trying to stop them or slow them down, and Cho'Gath is just split pushing.
Yeah, Cho'Gath split push. I really think Heart of Gold is playing this too cautiously. They should just be starting the Baron here.
Yeah, they should just be. There is no not bots vision around this Baron pit, save for the banana bush over there.
Zetia is gonna back and match the Cho'Gath, and they're sending Ban Shadows there as well. But you know, this is just really poor play here from Heart of Gold. They clear out the vision, place their own vision, and then just abandon it. They got nothing from that.
Will not bots? I don't think not bots should start this.
I think,
but they did clear out the vision once again for their own. Morgana gets spotted out by Olaf, and looks like the game just reset to 10 minutes ago.
Pacific time, maybe trying to go in on Zetia here, but he decides, nope, never mind. I think that would be a pretty ambitious play.
One cleaver to the face, and realizes that percent damage might not be the best idea to walk into.
Scanlon just runs in on Gavin. Gavin has to flash here. He's definitely going to go down. He lost his egg earlier, so.
And I think that's mid tower going over to not bots now. I don't think they have anyone close to them to contest that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
Zetia is slowly running in like up the Cho'Gath, but now he has the entire team chasing after him. And the rest of Heart of Gold is pretty far away.
Zetia just getting CC chained
gets
here.
Stunned up, and now he is probably. Oh no, he flashes out.
Time,
really good flash over the wall.
Pacific Time flash feasts and does not kill him. Actually, really nice play by Zetia there.
Just runs away. Wow.
Zetia is able to save that mid turret.
Good movement by Zetia. Gets stunned up, but looks like Jinx will just be able to free fire with her rockets and
Shooks get a nice reset, kills the Alistar and the Jhin. That's 2 down.
That's Jinx in team fights after she gets a hurricane. Pacific Time should not be there right now.
Pacific Time gets hit by a Cleaver. He's just gonna probably go down here. Actually, Zetia might be in trouble.
Oh, Zetia does not have ult anymore.
I think everyone's just gonna walk away from this.
Back to clear. Yeah.
Oh, Ban Shadow's on the flank, actually. I didn't even see him there. So they do end up killing Pacific Time, and they're gonna get Scanlon.
Ban Shadows does get popped, but trades back 2 kills.
Even without the jungler, I feel they should just start up this Baron here. You know, they have just so much priority here.
Yeah, it is only Vance up with Yarius, and Yarius is pretty far away. Vance is also backing. The only real threat here is a Jhin ultimate, but they can just body block that. So I think this is Baron going over to Heart of Gold. The inhibitor is still down. I think it'll be up in the next minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's see. When did it went down? Inhibitor went down at 25:06 or so. So it should be respawning soon. And actually, if you look at the top wave coming in, they do not have supers, so that'll be respawning soon. And announcer lady even just told us red team's inhibitor is respawning soon. So
Interesting.
wow, Blackwing gets chunked out a bunch by Kazooie there.
Wow.
And Notbots just
That
takes
is
that
the power
mid-inner.
of Jin autos. How much AD is he at right now, actually? 565 AD on this Jin right now.
He
Those are
is
starting to hurt.
he is a strong lad.
I see 3 wards. A blue trinket ward. Oh no, that's actually a Jin trap. And a vision ward. All in the same bush by the Red Wolves.
Notbots is going to take this Ocean Drake basically uncontested, but there's going to be a fight starting out here. Blackwing flashes in and throws down the ult. It's not actually going to catch anyone. Scanlon goes super aggressive and gets punished.
Scanlon
Meanwhile,
goes
Zetia
crazy.
pops his ult. He does not care. He's just going to run down Jin. The Super Mega
Jin,
Death Rocket catches
and
the Jin.
Jin gets hit by the And it looks like Darius is gonna get stunned up and probably go down here, walking away from Vance to buy time for him to get away. But I don't think it matters. I think at this point GP5 can just run down mid.
Yeah, Heart of Gold now, 6k advantage. They've got Baron. They can, just run it down mid. They're definitely going to get an inhibitor here. I don't know if they'll be able to close out the game. Respawn timers are still reasonably short, but looks like they're going to push in on it.
Yeah, Baron, they have a pretty sizable Baron wave right now.
I think it's pretty ambitious to push in like this. If Notbots plays it safely, they can deny it. Nice cleanse by Vance, saves his life. Scanlon runs in there, pops the egg, has to pop Ragnarok on his way out. He's gonna go down though. Shooks gets the reset off that.
Zedia's ult just came up in time for him to use for that fight rate.
So Scanlon goes down here, and I do think Heart of Gold's just gonna close out here.
Goes in. Oh, cannot pop Blackwing before he can use his Zanya's.
Zedia just zoning out the
does
last
go down.
two.
Zedia is just sitting there. And it looks like this series is gonna go over to GP5 3-1.
Yep, looks like when it came down to who's gonna carry Vanguard or Zedia, we have Zedia as the carry in the end.
Zedia with the crazy unkillable Mundo just running into 5 people at the end of the game. They hit the 30-minute mark, and yeah, I guess Mundo was just not stoppable at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he was just running them down. Not what you can say about that, but congrats to RIP Heart of Gold, the Rumble Draft Division 2018 champions. And a pretty convincing victory there. It was 3-1.
Well,
on
Heart
the
of
end.
Gold technically is back in the game right now with Nexus Blitz, right? If I remember correctly.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the revitalizing of that item that secured them the win.
Oh man, if you look at the post-game stats, Zedia doing the most damage in the entire game. He was just running everyone down.
Oh my god.
Just existing, just standing next to everyone with his masochism or whatever it is. Burning Agony, I think, actually.
Yeah,
Burning
the
Agony
scoreline as well.
Sunfire. We didn't even have a Sunfire, wow.
Yeah, like I noticed that at some because Jin is one of those AD carries where you can't actually he doesn't have the same DPS as other ADs who can just consistently auto attack and use the AD that's given to them. So I think there was an early fight where it was 3 of them versus Zedia. I think it was Scanlon, Kazooie, and Yarius. Versus the Mundo up in top lane.
Yeah.
And Mundo only had, I think, an MR item and a Randuin's, and he was already Jin could not damage him at all. even though Jin already had, I believe, a Stormrazor and a RFC, or maybe it was a Zeal still, but even at that point, he wasn't able to damage this Mundo at all. And that was still at like 15 minutes in,
Yeah, I mean,
which is when they're supposed to be winning the fight.
that was the concern that I had, was that, you know, the Mundo would just go unchecked and then just run over the entire game. And, you know, that is what happened. I thought that Notbots played the early game really good. They had, you know, a 3,000 gold advantage almost like 10 or 12 minutes in, and that was pretty nice, but we're not able to capitalize and close it out in the end.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, pretty short final stream for this year.
Short stream.
Yeah, I'll be taking it down. Congrats again to Heart of Gold, our 2018 champions, and then Notbots, the runners up in second place.
All right. I will be signing off.
Take care.
You too.